Hey everybody, Captain Orlando Muniz here with Nomad Fishing Charters and the Taco Marine Pro Team. Today we're going to be installing this beautiful tulip style clamp-on rod holder on this T-top. One of the biggest issues with many production boats is that they don't have enough rod holders when you go fishing. So you always end up having to figure out where you're going to store your rods. On my boat, I've got probably 20 or 30 rod holders, and sometimes it's still not enough. This rod holder gives you the ability to add a rod holder without having to drill into your hull, into your cap. Some people are very intimidated by that process, and this is a much simpler, much easier process. With just an Allen wrench, you can install this to your 7/8 or 1-inch pipe. If you have a different size diameter pipe, you can go almost up to 2 inches. You can go on the Taco website for sizing information, but this is a very good alternative. You could also mount it in various ways. Depending on your pipe, you could mount it. This piece here, this mounting bracket, will rotate every 18 degrees. So you could pretty much mount it anywhere you have the right size pipe, whether it's up on the bow, or on the T-top, or behind the leaning post. Wherever you need it, it can come in for you. And it's really a beautiful piece, all made of stainless steel construction. And it's got this nice tapered top here, so your rod's going nice and smooth. And a nice sturdy stainless steel piece down here, gimbal to hold your rods in place, keep them from rotating around. Excellent product. The only tools you'll need for this installation is a set of Allen wrenches in standard sizes. You can use this type or this type, either one will work. Once we're ready to install and we've found and selected a spot, we're going to carefully remove these 4 bolts, being very careful not to drop them. If you're working near the water, you do not want to drop those in the water, but just remove these 4 stainless steel bolts, and this whole cap and the insert will come out. And then once we get it in position, we're going to go ahead and fasten them again. That's when you'll need your Allen wrench so you can tighten everything back up. Let's go ahead and start that process. Okay, so there's my cap and the insert. That insert's gonna stay on there. It actually comes loose, but we're gonna put it back on right before we mount it. Let's go ahead and set this down. What I like to do is I like to leave the bolts on the cap just so they don't get lost. And just like that, we're gonna set this down on the leaning post here. And for right now, we're just gonna take this cap, and before we go any further, we're gonna loosen this bolt in here so we can rotate this to the proper position. Let's go ahead and do that now. I'm using a large Phillips head screwdriver. It's probably gonna be the largest one in your tools chest. And you're gonna loosen it here. Once this is loose, it's going to allow me to rotate this piece. Here it is, it's out. So I'm going to have to adjust it until I find the right position. So it's almost a right angle to the rod holder itself. That's where it's going to sit. So I'm going to go back in and tighten it. Make sure it's nice and tight. After performing a dry test, we realized that this particular pipe here does not require the insert, so we're going to mount it directly on to the aluminum pipe. So like I said, first thing we're going to do is remove everything from here, so it's just going to be open like so. I'm only going to have 1 bolt at a time on the cap so that we don't drop any. We're working near the water, so we don't want to drop them in the water. We're going to just hold it with our finger, come around, just kind of gently place it here, get the thread started. And it's easier if you hold it in this position with the bolt pointing down, and then just get it started, a couple of turns on it just so to secure it. Once we've got that secure, we can take our second bolt, drop it in, do the same thing, just get it started. We're going to turn the rod holder all the way around so we can access the back bolts. We're going to get that started as well. We're moving on to the fourth and final bolt. Now once you get it snug, now you can turn it, rotate it until you find your right position, your desired position. In this case, I only want it there about roughly 30 degrees, so I'm going to come in from the other side and finish tightening it. These top ones are a little more difficult. I might have to use the shorter Allen wrench in this case, so I can get in there. There we go. It's always important to have the right tool for the job. So we're going to tighten it a couple more turns. Then we're going to do the bottom side. Do the same thing there. Now it's nice and tight and secure and ready to go fishing. You can use this just to carry extra rods. You can use it when you're drift fishing, just to put out an extra flat line or anything like that. You can carry your gaffs up here, your nets, anything you don't want to get in the way. And like I said, you can mount it anywhere on the boat. So if this section doesn't suit you, you can mount it somewhere else. All right, guys, there you have it. If you want more information on sizes that are available and types, you can go at tacomarine.com. Just visit that website. My name is Captain Orlando Muniz with Nomad Fishing Charters and the Taco Marine Pro Team. Thanks again. Until next time, tight lines.